Hello everyone, this is the All Football History channel, and today we have the most important, cool and interesting victories in the history of football. Let's go! Champions League Final 1999. In the Champions League Final in 1999, English Manchester United and Bayern Munich played. The match took place at the crowded Camp Nou. More than 90,000 people saw the game live. At the beginning of the 3 minutes added to the second half, the scoreboard was 1-0 in favor of Bayern. The Germans scored at the very beginning of the match. In the 6th minute, Mario Basler scored with a free kick. In the first added minute, Manchester United earned a corner, which even the goalkeeper of the Red Devils Peter Schmeichel ran into the penalty area of Bayern. After a series of ricochets and attempts to hit, the ball still ended up in the net. A minute and a half later, Manchester United earned another corner. Again, a series of rebounds, and Ole Solskjaer scores the second goal of Bayern. The suppressed Bayern players with great difficulty spent the remaining seconds of the meeting, which ended with a score of 2-1 in favor of the English. Messi's 7th Ballon d'Or. Messi has a record for the number of these awards. The 7th Golden Ball, which the football player received in 2021, was an incredible achievement. Cristiano Ronaldo, who has 5 awards, will definitely not catch up with the Argentine. Therefore, it is Messi who will remain the best footballer in history. And this can be considered his partial victory in the absentee confrontation with Ronaldo. The victory is very important from a historical point of view. Many disagree that Messi deserved all 7 awards. But this is a matter for discussion. We are stating a fact. Lionel has won awards in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2015, 2019, and 2021. It is very unlikely that someone in the coming decades will be able to at least repeat the achievement of the Argentinian. Semifinal of the 2014 World Cup. July 8, 2014 was the biggest disaster in the history of Brazilian football. It was on this day that the hosts of the World Cup played in the semi-final match against Germany. Nearly 60,000 spectators gathered at the Mineiro Stadium that day. They passionately supported their national team. For the Brazilians, everything started quite well. They attacked. Defender Marcelo struck the first blow in the match, but already in the 11th minute, German striker Thomas Müller scored the first goal. At the 23rd minute, Miroslav Klose scored the second goal. For the player, this goal was 16 at the World Championships. Then Toni Kroos did a double within a couple of minutes. And in the 29th minute, Khedira brought the score to a terrible 0-5. The Brazilians in the stands could not hold back their tears. Fans started fighting. In the second half, Andre Schürrle scored 2 more goals. The score became 0-7. At this moment, the few Brazilian fans remaining in the stands gave the Germans a standing ovation for their brilliant game. Only in the 90th minute was Oscar able to score a prestige goal. 1-7, the worst defeat of the Brazilian national team in 100 years and a real national tragedy. Team Korea at the World Cup. The 2002 FIFA World Cup was held in South Korea and Japan. And for the Koreans, this tournament was the most successful in history. Their team won their group, where, in addition to them, there were teams from the USA, Portugal, and Poland. In the 1/8 match, the Asian team defeated the Italian team, played by Maldini, Del Piero, Totti, and other star players. In the next stage, Korea knocked out another European star team. Spaniards with Hierro in the role of captain became the victims of the hosts of the tournament. And only Germany in the semi-final was able to stop the host team. Unfortunately for the Koreans, they also lost the game for 3rd place. They were beaten by footballers from Turkey. In any case, the semi-final for Korea is an incredible achievement. Leicester became Premier League champions. A real sensation. The small club became champions of England. Although the 2015-2016 season was far from being the most successful for some leaders, and someone, for example, Chelsea, completely failed, the Premier League is one of the strongest world championships. The key to Leicester's victory in the championship was a strong and balanced squad and a confident game with the Giants. Ranieri and the whole team proved that money is not everything in football. We will have to wait a very long time for a unique victory and a repetition of the like, even despite all the unpredictability of football. The victory of the Danish team at the 1992 European Championship. The victory of Denmark at Euro 1992 was a complete surprise. The Danes didn't even qualify for the tournament and got into it only because of the political problems in Yugoslavia. And besides, the best player of the Danes, Michael Laudrup, did not play in the tournament due to a conflict with the coach. However, the Danes made it out of the group with France and England going home after the group stage, and tournament host Swedes taking first place in the group. In 1992, only 8 teams played in the tournament, so the playoffs began immediately with the semifinals, in which the future champions defeated the Netherlands team. Denmark defeated Germany 2-0 in the final. The victory of the Greek team at the 2004 European Championship. Cristiano Ronaldo won the 2016 European Championship final, and the final at the home tournament in 2004 was not so successful. The Greek team stood in the way of the then hosts, which unexpectedly reached the final and even more unexpectedly won it. The incredible path of the Greeks began with the group in which they bypassed Russia and Spain, losing the first line only to the Portuguese. In the quarter-finals, the French were eliminated with Zidane, Henry, and Makelele. In the semi-finals, the Greeks defeated the Czech Republic. Well, in the final against Portugal, Angelos Karistias scored the only goal, thereby bringing the country the greatest victory in its football history. The death match. The Second World War is a terrible stain on the history of all mankind. But at the same time, the first half of the 40s revealed to the world a huge number of heroes, including the heroic deeds of football players. The so-called The Death Match took place on August 9, 1942 in occupied Kiev between the Start team, the team of the city, which consisted mainly of the players of the Kiev Dynamo, and the German team Flak Elf. The first half ended with a score of 3-1 in favor of Start. During the break, a German officer entered the locker room of the Kiev players and, in a tough form, under the threat of camps and execution, demanded to lose. The players did not agree and won with a score of 5-3. After the match, the players of both teams were photographed for memory and calmly went home. After this game, many Ukrainian football players who participated in that match were arrested and then sent to camps or shot. However, many historians link the arrests of the death match participants to other causes, including a fight at the bakery where they worked. Champions League Final 2005. The best victory in the history of football is the Champions League final in 2004-2005 season. Liverpool and Milan played in Istanbul. On May 25, 2005, over 70,000 spectators gathered at the Olympic Stadium to witness the legendary comeback of the English team. Already at 52 seconds of the match, the defender of the Red Blacks Paolo Maldini opened the scoring in the match. At the 39th minute the scoreboard showed 2-0 in favor of Rossoneri, and 5 minutes later Crespo scored the third goal. The teams went to the break with a devastating score in favor of the Italian club. After the break, the situation on the field began to improve. Liverpool was able to bounce back already in the first 15 minutes of the second half, with all the goals against Milan flying in just 6 minutes, at 54, 56, and 60 minutes. These goals were scored by Gerrard, Schmitzer, and Alonso. Alonso did not score a penalty, but was the first to finish. At the end of the game both sides could have scored, but the game continued until the penalty shootout, where the British turned out to be more accurate. This victory will forever remain in the history of football as one of the most dramatic and incredible emotions. Real Madrid's 3 Champions League victories in a row and a victory in 2022. These are 2 amazing achievements of the Spanish team. This year, Real Madrid has come an incredible way to victory. PSG, Chelsea, Manchester City and Liverpool are the list of teams defeated by the Royal Club. And each time it was an emotional and dramatic confrontation. Such a path could not end with anything other than winning the tournament. But 3 Champions League victories in a row is an even more impressive achievement. Real Madrid won this tournament in 2016, 2017, and 2018. No one has won the Champions League in the modern format, even twice in a row, and here 3 at once. Why is it so cool? Because the Champions League is the main tournament in club football and there is the biggest competition. A team that was able to win the Champions League 3 times in a row, and, by the way, 5 times in 10 years, can rightfully be considered one of the best in history.